I played a set against Nero today. He's a Kimberly player from Houston, very strong player, and I was trying to learn the matchup a little bit. He destroyed me, and I did learn some things. So I watched all the replays back and I asked some questions. But in the moment, like after the last set and the defeat screen shows up, I couldn't help but just feel like so upset, like just wrongfully upset. I wasn't mad at him. I wasn't mad at Juices, who kind of set the whole thing up. I wasn't mad at anybody. I was just kind of angry with myself, like unsatisfied with myself. I remember Juices DM'd me after the last game ended, and he said get in the Discord. And usually, like, if anybody's willing to help me, like if I have a mentor or a coach or something and they tell me to do something, they tell me to jump, I'm saying, okay, how high? Like, I'm very loyal and I'm very obedient to people who are trying to help me and have my best interest in mind. But today, I said, just give me a minute, because I wanted to sit there and like revel in that moment, like understand why is it that after every set I play, ranked, casual, battle hub, custom match, win, loss, whether I'm trying to learn a matchup, whether I'm trying to win, whether it's tournament, whatever, why do I always feel like this when it ends? Like I just locked my fingers and put my hands on my stomach and stared at the ceiling. Just leaned back in my chair, stared at the ceiling, and just thought about it. Like, why can't I just be constructive when I'm thinking? Like, why do I have to get upset with myself while I'm playing the game? Why do my feelings have to get so intertwined with how I'm performing in the game? Why do they have to have this hold on me? Like, I just can't play the game and not talk down to myself. It's like a real mental block. Like, the entire point of this set is that I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out a matchup. And meanwhile, I'm like telling myself that this person is so much better than me, that they're just on another level, that I can't catch up, that I won't catch up, that I'm not working hard enough. And I think there is some truth to that last part. I think maybe that's where all the anger comes from, is that I'm just half-assing things again. And today against Nero, I just kind of realized that. Like, if you really pay attention to the game in the background, any hit that I get, I maybe go into spiral arrow, and then I go to do my little Oki setup, and it's always crouch heavy punch, tick grab, and that's it. And then of course he figures it out, he walks back, he counter hits me, and he's got all these different setups. He's got all these different conversions that he does. He's got all these ways to make me feel pressured in the corner. He understands the game, and he more so understands his character much more than I understand how to play mine. And I think in the face of somebody like that, like if you're playing a set against somebody who you can tell has put in much more work than you have, who is playing to grow and who has taken the right path, it's harrowing. It's hard to accept. And you look at it and you're like, this is what I should be. This is what I should be doing. Like there's no need for me to like be grinding ranked and like trying to get these shitty little points and like switching characters all the time because this one fits my playstyle better than this one, and I like this about this character. Like, none of that shit matters, man. Like, none of that shit matters. At the end of the day, all those things are just distractions for me not to work hard. It's just a distraction for me to half-ass things and be satisfied with it. And that would be fine if I didn't still feel upset when I got exposed for being a half-ass, like, loser. for being somebody who's just trying to half-ass their way through something and getting exposed for it and then still getting upset. Like, that doesn't make sense. And I feel like at this point, for my sanity, like I sat there for like a few minutes. I joined the Discord, I talk about it. We figured some things out. I learned, like, you can interrupt most buttons into command dash against her. It's Kimberly stuff, right? I learned about some Kimberly stuff. And I felt more confident in the matchup a little bit when I left, but I still like had that nagging thoughts in my head where I was like, I'm really not giving this my all, am I? Because like playing the set and then labbing and doing all this stuff just felt like, I hate to say this, but I really hate to say this, it felt like a chore, which I think for me is probably just because the joy like is derived from me finding that solution, going through the long set and like losing a bunch and then figuring it out. And then finally, when that situation presents itself in a real practical setting, like a match, if I can use the answer that I found, I think maybe then is when I'll feel like happy, or I'll feel like satisfied with what I did. I had to do all this work, but once the situation presented itself in a real game, I was able to answer it, and that's cool. But it just takes a lot of hard work to get to that answer, and I think maybe that's kind of what I'm facing. That's like the dilemma I'm facing is, if you want to be good, you have to you have to work hard, right? And it's like, do I have it in me? Do I have it in me to lose time and time and time again? Go watch yourself lose. Go into the training mode, figure out how to do the move that you lost to, and then finally find your answer. Can I do that over and over and over again until I really understand this game? More so, can I develop into somebody who doesn't care about the shit anymore, like winning and losing and feeling shackled by thoughts of like, I'm so inferior to this player, or like, I will never be this good, or it's been so long. I've been playing these games for like 3-4 years now, and I'm still getting nowhere. Like, how long can I be like this? Or can I finally grow out of this phase and like do it for a long period of time? Because I felt like I've gotten over this many times in the past just to end up right back where I started. Like, I want to play for growth. I really do. More than anything. And more than anything, I wanted to play this set today, lose as bad as possible. I could have went 0-50 and still find something to be happy about in the end, and to go into lab and learn these things and not have to have people tell me to go lab things. I don't know, I feel so trapped. It's a very vicious cycle that I don't think I can do much longer. I think I need real change, real significant change to the way that I approach the game, how I think about myself, how I think about my opponents, how, like, my goals. Like, I feel like I need to reevaluate what I'm really doing all this for. Like, the set itself was the tip of the iceberg, I guess, because I got what I wanted out of it. I figured out some Kimberly stuff. I think I got a little bit of knowledge about the matchup and stuff like that, but it just raised so many more questions for me in my head and like moving forward. But I do feel like a sense of relief talking about it, like recording this video for you guys, but also for me to just talk about how I'm feeling after a set like that. It feels good. And I feel, contrary to what you might think listening to the whole video, I feel pretty optimistic. Like, I don't know. It's like I've been beaten down. I've been beaten down a lot this week, okay? I played against a lot of very good players. And I feel like with every set, like, my ego gets taken down a notch in a good way, in like a constructive way. To the point where it's like, maybe I have like nothing to lose. Maybe that's kind of how I feel. Is that there's nowhere, there's no further down to go. I can just try my hardest and go up from here, because nobody has any expectations of me. Nobody expects anything great from me except for myself, I guess. Which is kind of, maybe it's kind of freeing to me. Maybe that's how I feel about it. Overall, I just want more control over my thoughts and my emotions. I think that'll really lead me to where I want to be. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again very soon.